we're on. We're on. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to January the 3rd. It's Friday. It's option expiry day for 2025, the first one of the year. Nice to see you here. It's Bruce from Rancho Mirage, California. Welcome all to the show. Great to have you with us. We seem to be positive to start the morning. About 107-point gain on the Dow, 16.7 on S&P, and about 81 points on NASDAQ. Anywhere from a quarter of a point to a third of a point higher in the pre-market. Okay, SOFI is up a little bit this morning. It's 1420 to 1425 right now. Just heard that the company, I think, has announced that they're going to be announcing their fourth quarter results. They've announced their conference call to discuss their fourth quarter and full year results. That announcement just came out, and that will be January the 27th before the opening. That's Monday, January the 27th before the opening. That is 24 days from now. So we have to keep an eye on that date, a very important date in our lives. For SOFI coming out with their financials, that I'm very much looking forward to, and quite eager to see the results from SOFI, the growth. I know that they announced in the first week of December, I think they announced that they hit 10 million members. When we started following SOFI here in 2021, maybe February, March of 2021, they were taking over that SPAC. They were becoming a listed company. They weren't even at 2 million members, were they? Were they even at 2 million at that point? They're now 10 plus million. I don't think we're far away from 1 million new members a month growth rate. I don't think we're far away from that. That is where they're headed soon, and it'll go higher than that. So they will be adding, not too long from now, 10 to 15 million members a year to their base, which will exponentially grow the numbers of this company, which no analyst wants to zero in on for whatever reason. I don't understand it. Maybe I do understand it, but I can't understand why enough analysts don't do this. Why aren't there stock analysts out there who review these companies and they look at SOFI and go, well, look at the growth curve of their member base. For every member they have, the gross revenue of the company is this much money divided by the members, and it comes out to so much a member. And if these guys are forecasting to add 1 million members a month going forward or more, wouldn't it stand to reason that their cash flow will increase by this much more money if every month another million join the thing? Isn't that how everyone measured Costco and Sam's Club? Isn't that how everyone was measuring Blockbuster? Or not Blockbuster, Netflix. Old habits die hard. Well, at one time, Blockbuster had millions of members. Well, Netflix has millions of members. GameStop has millions of members. Why aren't these metrics being discussed, especially SOFI? Because SOFI doesn't have physical branches. So anyway, I guess I'm just an old guy thinking old school ways. But I thought, maybe I'm naive, but I think that how companies made money 10 years ago and 20 years ago and 50 years ago is the same going forward. If you have more customers who buy your merchandise from you, wouldn't it stand to reason that you'd have then higher sales, higher revenues, and ultimately higher profits and lower costs because you're increasing your economies of scale? Maybe I'm missing something here. I could be wrong. I thought that with Amazon, having more distribution centers around the world and having millions of customers a day buying merchandise every day from the company, and that number continuing to grow, you would think that would mean their numbers would be going up, and I think they are. So, I guess it works for some companies, maybe not for others. Anyway, analysts are just not paying attention to the SOFI growth curve that we all know is going on. And we're only talking about the members of SOFI. Remember, the company has these other divisions assisting other fintech companies and Robinhood with their back office financing and logistics, admin stuff. Again, I can't even describe it because, again, I'm so old and ancient, I don't know jack squat. Anyway, I'm just a guy in front of a computer looking at SOFI going, aren't they growing at 40% a quarter? Or is it per year? That should really mean something, right? And it's 40% on the 40% on the 40% on the 40%. I thought also compounding was a good thing. I'm just trying to help out, trying to understand the complicated world of finance, because there are some analysts out there believing that SOFI is worth $7 to $8 a share, and that's all. And it's going to be a difficult year going forward. Really? I don't know about that. I need Jerry Seinfeld to do a bit about this outfit. Anyway, welcome everyone to the program. If Jerry's here, good morning, Jerry Seinfeld. Nice to have you with us. Richard Carlin is here. I'm number 7 on the 007 on your thumbs up meter. Deep value. I'm 008. Cash is king. Lame Duck is here, number 12. Mark Downs is thumbs up 18. So is Big E. CKT. I think I'm number 20. Eddie Martin 26th. Corinne, I'm number 34. D.H. Ruda, I'm 32. The machine says, I think I'm number 27 on the thumbs up meter. Folks are coming in to say hi. John doesn't like SOFI. Jeff Glass, when will we see the next short position numbers on SOFI? At any time, I would guess, eh? Comical name, good morning, I'm number 41. John Anderson, hey everybody, how you doing? The shovel, it's time to buy SOFI, is it time? AP, I think I'm thumbs up 50, Bruce. Trip Hazard SOFI can't be a $15 stock, but Carvana at 200, that's no problem. And, Tesla was at, 450 a week ago, 385, whatever now. Trading at, 120 times earnings. It's all is okay with that multi-billion-dollar company, multi-trillion-dollar company. That's all fine. With SOFI, oh gosh, they're trying to be worth $14 billion out there. Those guys are dreamers. Free range, number 53. Vilbus, KBW pulled the same BS last year. Probably didn't even do any new analysis before doing it again this year. We're talking about the analyst there. Andre Delatorre, good morning, everybody. KR, I'm thumbs up 58. Bruce, welcome to the program. Okay, 1422 on SOFI, up 10 cents on 465,000 shares so far. GameStop off 4 cents at 30.62. Let's take a look at some of our other favorites on our watch list here. Take a look what we got. We got, like I said, Rocket Lab, I'm showing a gain of 3. SOFI up 8. GameStop down 5. Not much going on. Nothing on Matterport yet. We're up a nickel on 23andMe to 360. We've got Spire down 30 at 1420. We were up 42 yesterday. We have Smart Rent ahead about 2 cents. Apple is down $1.06. Tesla's up $1.70. It was up $5 earlier today. It lost $24.50 yesterday. Microsoft gaining 140. Google is up 82 cents. Amazon up 155. Nvidia up 119. Nvidia did gain $4 yesterday. Meta is up $5 after gaining 13.70. Goldman Sachs just chugging along up to 578, up 311. Cisco's up 24 cents. Arc Innovation's up 35. Pfizer's up a dime. HPQ up 25 cents. Unity was up 204 yesterday when we closed the day off. We're down 16 cents this morning. Not giving much of that back. AI up 17 cents. Adobe down $5. Netflix up $4 a share, $4.12. IBM up 61 cents to 220 again, 220.55. Vanik Semiconductors up 144. Home Depot up $1. Enphase up 37. Palantir up 3. Uber up 71 cents, was up 280 yesterday. And MicroStrategy up 72 cents after gaining 1039 yesterday. Welcome all of you to the program. I'm glad you're all with me today. I noticed some of the news that I've been covering here. One of the articles caught my eye, and that had to do with the really bad economy in China. China is really having a tough time. Their real estate market was decimated the last 2-3 years. They're desperately trying to pump money into that and salvage it. Their unemployment numbers are much higher. Their unemployment numbers among a key demographic is devastatingly bad, and that is their youth unemployment rate. Anyone under 30, it is really bad. And here's the problem for China. 25 to 30-year-olds, and 32-year-olds, and 35-year-olds, these are the folks that have kids, get married, buy a house together, get a car, buy all the appliances, buy all the fancy clothing, buy purses. They get a Rolex if they can afford it. These folks, if they are university graduates, master degree holders, get good paying jobs and start spending money because they want to live the dream of success. And the age group in this 25-35 neighborhood is this particular group of people, which I used to be one, love to show off their success by what kind of car they drive, what kind of a purse the women have, or what kind of clothing they wear. The men love to show off their toys, including their wristwatches and nice suits. And then they have the kids, and they dress the kids up real pretty, and they go on holidays, and they are spenders. China right now has an unemployment rate of that demographic that is way over 20%, and they don't want to admit it. They have even fudged their numbers in the last 3-4 years, where they even stopped releasing the unemployment rate of their youth because it was an embarrassment to the Communist Party. Well, you know, when you're a dictatorship, you only release bad news when it's convenient. And whenever you can blame someone else is when you really release the bad news. And of course, usually you blame the United States for all your problems if you're a communist country. Go figure. Anyway, it's so bad in China now, and for the last year or so, that the Chinese Communist Party has been trying to find ways to get their population spending money. They're trying to get consumption going. Now, the Communist manifesto, the so-called philosophy of the Communist Party is, we all lift ourselves together into prosperity. All of a sudden, throw that out the window. We got to get these kids buying cars. We got to get these electric cars of ours purchased. We got to get refrigerators moving and stoves and microwaves. Now they're offering incentives to Chinese residents to buy a watch, like an Apple type watch, to buy cell phones, to buy computers, electronics. They're expanding their incentive program with trade-in programs. They're saying, bring in your old laptop and get a new one, and we'll give you big time credits for this kind of stuff. We're talking about desperate measures here. This isn't like, we're suspending the sales tax for 60 days. Like in Canada, we've suspended this GST thing on certain products and goods and services for 60 days to kind of spur the economy. That's not what China is doing. China is saying, trade in your old refrigerator that's 10 years old, 15 years old for a brand new one, and we'll give you a big fat trade-in on the old one and a discount on the new one, and away we go, because we are overstocked. We are producing so many fridges and microwaves and stoves and dishwashers. We're drowning in this stuff. We have to lay off. We don't want to lay off people. We don't want to lay them off. We want the car business to keep going nuts, and now we want the computer business to go nuts, and so discounting is being done. Apple has a 3-day sale on right now. They put a sale on a bunch of their phones to even spur activity there. This is serious. This is seriously bad. But here's the problem that China has. If your unemployment rate among the 25 to 30, 35-year-olds is 35, 40%, and you say it's 10, how can they buy anything? They have no money. They have no cash flow. And if you're offering all kinds of financing opportunities to get a fridge, stove, microwave, dishwasher, and all the other appliances you need in your house, and now flat screen TVs and microwaves, how can a young couple that's 28 years old, where one of them is unemployed and the other one is underemployed, how are they going to sign a loan for 5 years that commits them to payments when they don't have income coming in? Or they're going to go to their mother and father for monthly income? This economy is ruined in China. It is in big, big trouble. The Europeans are in a recession. They aren't buying enough Chinese goods to offset the recessionary problems over there, which means many Chinese will not be employed at any kind of a job unless Europeans start buying Chinese goods like the old days. Canadians and Americans, Chinese goods into America, kind of having a problem right now, and the perception is not a good year coming up. And so the game plan for China is ugly. It's very ugly. And so I'm reading this, watching this, following this, and I mention it to you, even though you guys are just option writers, because you need to know this stock market we're walking into right now here in the United States and Canada may have topped out already. We may be doing a rerun of 2021 again, because the market has topped out like it did in 2021, and it has very little help coming to it this coming year. The stock market in the United States was absolutely convinced 6 months ago that there would be 3 more rate cuts in America, and I think there were 2, and coming into 2025, there would be 4 to 5 or 6 rate cuts in 2025, and now they're talking maybe 1 rate cut of 1/4 of a point. There are no rate cuts coming in the United States of any significance. And this is throwing off all kinds of problems, because a bunch of companies in the United States paying a 2 to 3% dividend yield were going to be looking very attractive when the interest rates as a whole on treasuries went from 4.5% down to 3%, down to 2.5%. That's not happening now. So IBM's dividend yield isn't as attractive going forward as people thought it would be. That means IBM has a problem. They have a decision to make. Do they leave the dividend where it is, or do they raise the dividend by gambling that their revenues will continue to do very well, and their revenues, net profits will come in so they can afford to pay a higher dividend? Because once you create a dividend, you don't want to cut it. You want to kind of leave it in stone. Problem for IBM is, if the dividend yield is, 3-something%, you want to make it 4%, you're going to have to increase the dividend by 33%. And if you're paying out $6 billion a year in dividends now, and you got to add 33% to that, that's $2 billion more you have to pay to shareholders. Aren't you better off just buying stock back on the open market from time to time, or indicating you might be doing that instead? Well, IBM played that game. For 25 years, they played that game through the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and it didn't work very much. The stock, a lot of it was bought back by the company, but the stock price didn't go up very much. Dividend yields give cash to shareholders. Shareholders love getting cash, or the opportunity to take cash or stock. They like that game. Anyway, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, take a look at the old S&P 500. This is a reflection of the S&P 500 from the ETF, the SPDR ETF, the SPY. This is the last week. We are now into 5 straight days of losses for the S&P 500, and you can see here, right above my head here, we're at 585.95 a little while ago this morning in the pre-market. We're up 1.3 points. But if you take a look at this little bar just above my finger, go all the way that way. That way. You'll see the 52-week low and high. The low is 466.43 and the high is 609.07. And we're right now at 585.95. So we have given up about 23 points from the high so far. The high was set not long ago. Take a look at this 3-month chart, just starting from October, going all the way out to yesterday. And you can see where the market was in the 570 to 580 range. It got over 580, back under 580 by November, and then the election happened. We got the surge, a little pullback, and another long surge that plateaued out just about 10 days ago. And now, in the last 10 days, we are backing off. And here is a 1-year chart for the S&P, which looks just terrific, but there are bumps along the road, including at the very, very end right now where we're backing up a little bit. I kind of am wondering, have we topped out for a while, and are we going to plateau for a while? Are we going to hang around the 550 to 600 neighborhood for quite a while, while all this uncertainty on the planet kind of works itself out? Because we are going to enter the world of tariff threats of tariffs, and that's not good for international trade, and that's not good for American businesses. The one guy that won't talk about how bad it is for Americans is the guy implementing the tariffs himself. This gentleman is going to implement and threaten tariffs all over the place, but he doesn't want to mention to you and I that we will mention to ourselves is that if you're going to have a tariff program, you're going to interfere with Apple and Microsoft and Google and every other stock out there, all the S&P 500s, they'll all be affected by a slowdown of business internationally to nationally. And if you have a company like Oracle and others who export goods and services all over the world, and they don't buy as much of your product because the countries that you're trying to sell to implement tariffs on your goods, you've got yourself a problem. You're not your local, the local president you just elected isn't creating a tariff problem for you directly. It's creating one indirectly because of reaction to tariffs being put on. These are retaliatory tariffs that will now affect American businesses trying to export their services somewhere else. This is not a good thing. This is a negative thing. In the meantime, this channel is dominated by people who like to write options and make money. And many of you know you have to pay attention to the world at large to kind of get a handle on what's going to happen locally and how things are going to work. But you're also saying to me, Uncle Bruce, look, I just want to make some money, man. What can I make money on? I've been following your advice, Uncle Bruce. I've been following your guidance. You've been mentioning to us now for several months that it might be time to liquidate stocks you have or ETFs, turn it into cash, build a cash balance, and now start to write cash secured puts against our favorites. SOFI, January 20s, for January 26, $20 cash secured puts, or GameStop cash secured puts, 30s, 32s, 35s, 37s, 40s. There's all kinds of money to be had there. Rocket Lab cash secured puts, AI cash secured put. If you're taking $20,000 and you're going to write SOFI $20 cash secured puts for Jan 26, you'll be able to write 10 of them with 20 grand. And as of last night, those puts would have given you $7.60 a share, $760 a contract. If you can write 10 of them, you're going to bring in $7,600. That's $7,600, on top of your 20,000, puts you at 27.6. Look, 7,600 lets you write another 3 contracts at $2,000 per contract required. That's $6 grand required out of the 7,600. It's a no-brainer. You'll bring in another 760 times 3. You'll bring in about 2,200 more on top of the 1,600 you got. You got $3,800. Throw in a couple $100, you got $4 grand. You can write 2 more. All of a sudden, you've written 10, 3, and 2. You've written 15 $20 contracts, cash secured put contracts. You have $30,000 in your account in cash. $30,000 from 20 to $30,000 in cash. Well, you can take that cash and acquire some ETFs with it. Again, depending on the firm you're dealing with, you could buy up those BIL ETFs and haul in about 5% interest on that cash, or you could buy perhaps the Spider Portfolio High Yield Bond ETF, SPHY, and you will yield about 7.83% on your cash balance. Now, for the simplicity of my brain, if I round that up to 8% and I take 30 grand, 8% interest equals $2,400 a year in interest. It's $200 a month. You'll be paid $200 a month to sit there with your arms folded, having just written SOFI Jan 2026 $20 cash secured puts. You took your 20 grand, turned into 30 grand, and you're hauling in $200 a month in interest. And if 3 months later you got $600 in interest and the stock goes to $18 because the first quarter, getting the financials out here in about 20 something days, stock takes a pop to $18. Those contracts are only worth $2 book value plus time. They'll be trading at under $4. They'll be down to $3.75. The stock wants to go any higher to 19 or 20. Those puts will go down to about $2.50 a piece. In other words, you could be rolling over these puts into 25s, from 20s to 25s, buying them back for $2.50 and selling 25s for $7.50. So you're bringing in another $5 a contract in cash. Well, if you're able to roll over 15, you're bringing in $7,500 more cash. You now have $37,500 cash that you're bringing interest in on. And that now probably works out to $250 a month in interest. You're getting richer on other people's money. That's why people are doing this around here. Some of you, though, say to me, I love this game, Bruce. I love you. I love all my fellow viewers here. God, it's fantastic. But I tell you what, man, I want to make money on credit spreads as well. I don't want to just have a cash secured put scenario, because on credit spreads, I don't need as much cash to do a trade. You're talking about writing a cash secured put on SOFI. I need $2,000 to do a $20 cash secured put. I got $5,000 lying around. I got $10,000 lying around. I've done 20 grand already on SOFI, but I got another 10 or 15 grand lying around that I'd like to do something else with for additional cash flow. Maybe a call credit spread trade might be in order. Well, I got one for you today. If you were here, if you're a Gold Bagel member, you already know this trade. If you're not a Gold Bagel member, pay attention to this. You might consider writing a credit spread on the SPY ETF, which is this right here, the index I'm talking about. This SPY trades at about 1/10 the value of the S&P 500. And here is a trade you might want to take a look at. Take a look at this this thing here. I'm going to go over it with my finger. The very top is the symbol SPY, and below that is what SPYs were sitting at in the pre-market about half an hour, 45 minutes ago, 585.99. Just below that, right here in the middle, we have here a purchase of a long call that expires March 21. It's a $630 out of the money call for $1.58. Just over here is where you write a call. It's a 620 call, same expiry date, March 21st. You'll bring in $320 for every one you write. If you can do 10 of these, you can write 10, buy 10. You'll bring in $3,200. You'll pay out $1,580, and you'll end up with this scenario right here. You'll have a credit of $162. You can see that right at the top here. $162 credit. Your risk is, for every position, $838 per. If you do 10 of them, you're risking $8,300 instead of $10,000. You could make a return of $162, which would be 19% on your risk. The probability of making a profit on this trade at the moment is at 81.2%. Let's go forward one more thing here. Let me show you this. This is a chart of how much money you can make or lose on this credit spread. The very top is the calendar, starting January the 3rd and going all the way over to March 19 or so, March 21, expiry day. And that line that's right about here, this line right at my fingertip, that is where we are right now, or where we were last night. And you can see as the chart moves along here, as you come through it, if you look until the end of January 30 at the very top there, and then come down that column, you'll see that the stock market goes to record highs, and it goes to 632.50 or 6,350 points, where the S&P right now is at 5,900, and the all-time high was what was it? 600 and where is that? I've got it. I had it here a moment ago. Sorry. Come on back here to here. Let's look at that chart. 609.07. See at the bottom right? That's the highest this market has ever been. So if this market breaks new highs by the end of this month to 632, you will lose money. Yes, you will, because these contracts will be in the money. You won't have lost the maximum amount of money, which is 800 some odd dollars, but you will be down $530. But let's be a little more realistic. Let's say the market is sitting at 600. It's not at new highs, but it's up to 600. Well, by the end of the month, you're going to be down about $72 a contract or so, times 10, $720. If, of course, the market is right where it is now, it fluctuates but doesn't really go anywhere. By the end of the month, you're going to be ahead on this trade around 76 to 59, say $60 to $70, $75 on a trade. Here's my objective. The most you can make, if you come right beside my glasses here, is $162. That's the most you can make on this trade. The credit, $162 is the most you can make. I look at that trade and go, if I can take half of that off the table, I'm a happy camper. I want to make 80-something dollars and walk away with that. That means I made $80 for 1,000, or I made 800 on 10,000, and that is 8% return on a credit spread between now and the end of January, early February. And if you look at this line right here, just at the break even where we are right now, you can see that the $80 level happens at around the 11th of February. It's at 88, the $78 level around the 8th of February. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Now, if the market actually dips a little bit, doesn't go higher, it actually goes lower. Even if it goes lower tomorrow, day after tomorrow, notice on the very far end over here, you'll see the 585 level, the 580 level, the 575 level. You notice the 575 level, you see $82. That's only on the 12th of January. You can see $82 on the 18th of January if the stock market drops to 577.50. If the market drops to 580, which is only 5 points from here, 6 points from here, the $80 level will be hit at about the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of January. So we're talking like 2 weeks from now. This is what I'm getting at. This is a trade that could be 1 month or less in time for you. Now, obviously, if the market goes up, you could still make $80 profit on this trade. Even if the market rises, you'll notice at 590, it'll take until Feb 14. If the market goes to 595, you're going to have to wait around until Feb 23rd. So even if the market rises and goes towards these calls, they will still drop in value. The spread will drop in value going forward in time. So time is your weapon. Time is your ally. Time is a force that will make you money. The question is, what does the market do? And even if the market goes all the way up to 620, it goes all the way up to 620. Look at the end of March. Look at that number at the end. It's 162. You'll have pulled in a profit even at 620. At 610, you've made your 162. At 600, you've made your 162. Of course, for the $600 level, come back this direction, you'll see that $90 profit on the 4th of March. So again, half your money is made before the end of the contract. But you'll note here, a lot of the possibilities of taking half of the money off the table can happen here, anywhere from the 750 level very shortly, right up to the 590 level. You can see these fluctuations on this index. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is this: if you write this contract, you put this credit spread together for March 21, you're going to be paid $162 for every contract you do. If you do 10 of them, you're bringing in $1,620. It's in your account plus the 10 grand you got. You have $11,620 sitting in your account earning daily interest. Now, the markets want to fluctuate up and down a little bit, and the inauguration is coming towards the end of this month. And by the time the 25th of January rolls around, the end of January, this market is kind of here, kind of a little lower, a little higher. The chances are you're going to be up your $80 a contract, which is an $800 gain on 10. That's 8% on your money. If you only make an $80 or an 80-cent profit on this 162 credit spread, you make an 8% return on your capital. And if you can do that on a monthly basis on average, you are making astounding money, because many of you out there are getting statements in your emails from your 401ks and other managed monies, and you're making anywhere from 4 or 6% a year to 8, 10, 12, 14% a year. Some of you are getting better returns, some of you getting negative returns. It all depends. What are you into? I'm talking about 8% in a month on a consistent relative basis. Now, look at this right here. Okay, first of all, the first chart I'll show you all over again. Same what I showed you already. This is March 21, okay? The contract that you wrote brought you 320. The contract you bought, you paid 158. Okay, now let's pretend a month goes down the road, okay? What would these contracts look like a month from now? One way to figure it out is looking at these contracts. February 21st contracts. These are a month shorter in time. These don't last until the 21st of March. They only go until the 21st of February. Notice how the $3.20 contract that you sold is only now worth $1.24 to sell, and the one you paid $1.50 for, you only pay 45 cents for it. These two contracts have a credit spread of 79 cents or $79. So what I'm getting at is the shrinkage of this contract a month from now is half. If the market is where it is, kind of where we are now, a month from now, the shrinkage is already 50%. There's your 8% return. That's the point I'm trying to make. The return of 50% to you on this trade can happen in 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. You don't have to wait a month. The market keeps dipping, and we have an intraday drop in the market. The Dow loses 800 points in 3 hours next Tuesday. The S&P will drop as well, and it could well mean that by Tuesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, this credit spread is already down to 80 cents, 75 cents. You'll close it out, and you will lock in your 8%, 8.5%, 9% return and say, thank you, sir. I would like another. And now what are you doing? You're crossing your arms, looking at the option chain, going, I've already made my 8% return for the month. I've already done it in a week and a half, whatever it took. I'm now shopping for my next credit spread. What is my next credit spread? Well, I'm looking for 16% return on my money, gross, to walk away with 8. Or I can get 18 and walk away with 10 or 9. I'm a happy camper. Where am I at? You're looking at the SPY option charts for April. You're now looking at April third Friday credit spreads to write, to buy back a month later or less for another 8% return. This is what you're going to become if you're going to become a full-time option specialist. You're going to become a writer of contracts. This is something you're going to look into. If it interests you. If it doesn't interest you, you're going to stay with covered calls, poor man covered calls, cash secured puts, and you're going to say, I don't want to do credit spreads. I'm not telling you to do put credit spreads. I'm telling you to do call credit spreads well out of the money. But you're going to need to pay attention to it. You cannot be a part-time player in this business if you're going to be playing credit spreads on the SPYs. But again, for those of you who want to get away from your cubicle, get away from your supervisor, get away from that boss, the boss you have that is the boss, the owner's daughter, she's your boss. You want to get away from that person, or the son of the owner, or the grandson of the owner. You want to get away from these people and have your own life. And you're in a position to do 30 of these spreads. You got 30 grand lying around, you can do 30 of these spreads. You're going to bring in $4,800 and give back $2,400 and keep the other $2,400. There's a position to help quit a day job if you can do 3 or 4 of these kinds of trades at the same time, you've got 75,000, you got $100,000 lying around, you can do three $33,000 credit spread trades, one on SPY, one on Triple Q, one on NVIDIA, or one on Apple, one on Microsoft, and one on another stock. You can do that. You'll be shopping around for these best performing credit spreads that give you the maximum return. And if each one brings you a $2,000 to $3,000 profit, and you got 3 of them on the go, $6,000 to $9,000 a month coming in the front door. That might be more than enough to say, goodbye day job. I'm not taking this abuse anymore. I'm at home full time watching my markets now, hanging out with Uncle Bruce and this family, and I am generating returns that I couldn't make it work. And I can't afford to work anymore. I cannot afford to go to the office and be away from my monitor during the day that the market is trading, because the Dow has a lousy opening. The S&P dips. This trade might happen in an hour. I can't afford to go to work. In an hour, I could have a $2,000 profit made on my credit spread. $2,000 today? Sorry, I can't afford to work for you anymore, because you're going to do the math, figure out how much money do you make a day after tax? How much money do you really make every day after all your deductions? How much do you get? Now you figure out, wait a minute, Bruce, I only make $180 a day clear at the end of the day. I'm only making $4,000 a month after deductions. I can do 30 of these call credit spreads. If I can make 80 cents on 30 credits, that's $2,400 right there. I mean, that's a chunk of my month. I can do 3 of these at a time. I can make more money than I make at work. That's a realization that happens around here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Hope you're doing all right. Richard Carlin, I'm here. Same with Deep, Lame Duck, everyone else. Thank you, everybody, for popping through. What else is going on? Let's move forward here to some other new messages. Thank you, everyone. Lisa says, I saw a Bloomberg piece that showed the unemployed youths are no longer making pension payments. Retirement age has been raised. China rent, yay, China rent rate. Paul, like 500 for your old car, cash for clunkers was U.S. 2009 government program. That's right. The socialist government of the United States of America is famous for this stuff. The United States government has handed out billions of dollars to corporations in subsidies, in low interest guaranteed loans, in tax breaks to build factories. The socialistic government of Canada, the USA, Britain, Germany, we're all the same. We just call it different stuff. This car buyback program, that's a socialistic program. We all bought into it, or some of us did. Got ourselves some new cars. Lisa, the unemployment youth interviewed, said, why should I pay for other people when I could buy a handbag or nice clothes for myself? Hector, number 88, good morning, everybody. The man, how much does U.S. pay in tariffs when we import goods from other countries? It's true, but you got to say the United States has raised, the U.S. has raised taxes on itself by imposing tariffs on imports. That's what it is. So you import a vehicle from Germany and there's a $4,000 tariff tax on that. That goes to the U.S. government. $4,000 doesn't go to you as a worker in a car factory. That doesn't go to Chrysler or Ford. That $4,000 goes to the U.S. Treasury. That goes to Congress's control to spend as they wish on whatever. And unfortunately, no matter how much money Congress gets, they seem to spend more than they get, no matter where the money comes from. And Trump wants to talk about 25% tariffs on all kinds of countries and all kinds of stuff, minimum. We're talking billions and billions and billions of taxes Americans will have to pay to buy products. Because Trump's argument is simple. I want this product made in the United States. If you make the product in the U.S., we'll tax you way less, and we won't have that tariff. Unfortunately, for a resident of the United States of America to produce a product in a factory based in the United States of America, the cost of labor alone is most expensive in the planet, practically. The land costs, the business taxes, the insurance, the liability. It goes on and on and on. It's next to impossible for American businesses to produce merchandise in the United States and be price competitive with any other country, even with tariffs. So you want to make this pen in Peoria, in Cleveland, in Cincinnati, somewhere. You want to make this pen in America versus buying it from made in China. There's no way that this pen can be manufactured anywhere near the cost of making it in China. Nowhere, no way. It's impossible. So the Chinese will get nailed a 20% tariff, a 30% tariff, a 50% tariff. This pen will still be under 75 cents to buy. Will it break you? No. But will you pay $4 for this pen if it's made in America? You won't. Not if it's 75 cents at Staples or Walmart. No, you might have to buy a package of 10, but you'll do it. You'll buy 10 of these for $7.50 rather than pay $4 for one pen made in California, Texas, Florida, you name your state. No dang way gonna happen. Just saying. Thank you, everybody. Susan, big banks are suing the Fed over stress tests. The whole reason they were imposed to meet stress tests is to protect U.S. bank customers. This may not go well, relaxing these tests on the banks. No kidding. And good morning, by the way. Thank you. Ryan, what brokerages allow this? Again, I don't know what's going on. Good morning, Uncle Bruce, and all stock market with Brucers. Sorry, the thumbs up number is unknown today. Andre Delatorre, is right call the same as selling a call? Yes. Yes, it is. You write a call, you sell a call, then you buy it back, close it out. Yes. Sell to open, buy to close. Yes. Mandu number 5 on 102. Good morning, everybody. Yes, it is. Ryan. Yes, Andre, you got it. Andre, thank you all. Andre, I'm learning spreads now. Oh, baby. I have lessons on this. Red Snake in town. How do we have 30 grand when all that is locked is collateral to invest back into the ETF? Depending on the firm you have, you will figure this out. Some of you are getting interest on your balances automatically, like Fidelity. Others of you are looking to buy ETFs to get a higher yield. Each of your firms is different. I can't answer this question because I'm not here to disseminate and break down which is the best broker to use. You've got to figure this out for wherever you are, Canadian, American, German, Italian, Japanese, South Korea, wherever you are. You got to figure this out. Who cares? Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Thanks for the SPY call spread review. That's very interesting. Adam, I have a 608, 610 call spread on SPY at the moment. Depreciating nicely, Jan 31, more than 50% profit so far. Charlie C2X. Christina, good morning. I see we are getting fancy now. Hector, President Biden blocks the sale of U.S. steel to China's Nippon Steel. It's not China's, it's Japan's Nippon Steel, Hector. It's Japan's. Vivash, good morning, Uncle Bruce. And Diam Money number 113. Welcome all. We're 12 minutes away from opening. Larry Titus, good morning all. 117. Kent is smiling. Good morning. JM, cash for appliances too. JM, so far this year, only about 2% of the money the U.S. government has collected comes from tariffs. I know that, but that can rise dramatically. Just keep that in mind as well. The man. Exactly. They spend more than they have. Enter Doge. The man, I think if Doge can actually be productive and non-biased, it will do some real good. Now the question is, will he be productive and non-biased? Yes, well, which seniors would you like to take Social Security away from? Which 60-year-olds plus would you like to take Medicare benefits away from? You choose. Go ahead. You figure it out. Good luck with that. JM, 40% is from payroll tax, 40% is from income tax, personal, and the remaining 20% is all other sources, excise, estate, and gift fees and tariffs. There you go. The minivan dad, as a beginner in stocks, how many should I have in my portfolio? You're a beginner. You may be more of an ETF buyer if you're an absolute beginner. You got learning to do. Welcome to the party, though. Mandu, SoFi announced fourth quarter conference call for 8 a.m. Monday, Jan 27. That's right. We're coming up for SoFi's results in 24 days. Savage, Dems did things similar with guns. Glock and Beretta built factories in the U.S., and now they're plentiful and cheap. Brian, number 124, good morning. Mike, don't worry. The billionaires will help us. That's right. They're all there for us. Christina, I'm number 113. Brian, I sold 10 SoFi, Jan 31, 2025, 14.50. 50 cash secured puts for 125. I also bought like 500 shares. Dope. There you go, Brian. Billionaires are very giving and helpful, especially to the homeless and those living under expressway bridges. It's wonderful to know they're there for you. There's so many more programs that can cut spending on before they even get close. I'm with you. Sure. Good luck implementing it. It's easier said than done, I'll tell you that. Trucker Tech, Uncle Bruce for credit spreads, written. Rocket Lab, SoFi, GameStop, would it be better to write call or put spreads for now? It depends on the stock. I've been leaning towards put credit spreads on GameStop. I've been leaning towards possibly put spreads on SoFi, but I've been really heavily on cash secured puts on SoFi. Rocket Lab, I've been going puts or calls, but well ahead or behind the stock. Jeff Glass, yes, they'll cut $1 trillion off our benefits and give the wealthy $5 trillion in tax cuts and trillions in debt for the rest of us. And there you go, giddy on up. Anyway, it's politics. It's one side versus the other. It's in or out, black or white, up or down, happy, sad. I don't know. I'm here to try to tell you how to make money in the market. You got to make money in this market to forget all about the taxes and forget all about tariffs. Make more money than you'll ever need to live on, and more money to stay ahead of the inflation factors and the taxation factors, so you don't have the problems of the lower middle class and below. You want to avoid the nightmare that is going to befall many of the poor in all countries, whether it's Canada, USA, or anywhere else. And reality is 60% of the United States population and Canadian population are middle class and lower. And you got to get out of that demographic and not get there. And that's why I'm desperately trying to tell you how to get into the upper middle class and not have those issues. You're willing to learn how to write options. You're in a position to trade your way out of a desperate situation into prosperity. That's what it is. Anyway, there it is. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Ian, I sold 10 SoFi Jan 26, $20 puts. I would be happy to be assigned on those. Brian, 8.6% for 1 month. That is higher than 6.55. I need to retire. Yeehaw. Zach, 130 thumbs up. Happy Friday, everybody. It's option expiry day. Ibby, what did just happen with the SoFi in the pre-market? We're at 1426, so we're going to see glitches, but I'm not sure if those are real or Memorex. Anyway, 1426, 7 minutes away from opening. We're getting a little stronger. Barry, good morning. The man, I work for the government and do purchasing and see how stupid it is. Penn, for example, instead of going to Walmart and paying $2, we have to go through a specific contract and pay $5. Yes. James McGuire, 131. It is absolutely incredible, the mismanagement done all over the place. It is unfortunate. It is insane, and wasteful, and on we could go. But you know what? You have to make money. You have to look after your bread and butter. You have to look after your children, your grandchildren, your spouses, your whatever. You've got to take care of your household needs. And one way to do it is be very cash rich and be using cash to write options. That's what we're talking about here. You do not have to be in the market worrying about what a stock will do today or tomorrow or next week, or earnings. Will the stock go up 10% or down 10% on earnings? You can avoid all of that stress, all of that silliness, all of that gambling. You can become a casino and be rich, cash rich, like institutional investors are cash rich, and earn returns on your money. That is what it's about. 1426 on SoFi, up 13 cents. Go SoFi, go. Welcome to the party, pal. David, welcome, my friend. Nice to have you here. Barry, tell TSLL cash secured puts 131.25, 18.5 at 136. And we got the man saying, that's why I'm watching this and trading options during government hours. You know, being efficient with my time here. Brian, yesterday morning, I had 500 shares of SoFi at 1550 with the discounts. I'm now at 850, averaging 1496. Thank you very much, gamblers, for giving away the stock. What can I say? It's going to jump around like crazy. Welcome all to the program. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. Can't not thank you enough for being members of this channel, especially those of you who have become the gold bagel members of this channel, stepping up to the penthouse level, hanging out here with the crowd. Thank you, gold bagel members. We're going member only and comment right now because we're about to open for the day. We're going to start trading here. And during market time, we like to talk to the members and give them access to, the chat, whatever you think you want to talk to me about or ask me questions on. Check out my poll question if you don't mind. 220 people have so far taken the time to answer the poll question of the day. We have 135 thumbs ups, by the way. Keep those coming in if you don't mind, everybody. Here's the question. So far, I have sold off a certain percentage of my stocks, and I am using the cash to write cash secured puts. Less than 25% of my shares. I've sold less than 25% of my shares, 62%. So it's not very many of you here. 10% of you have sold 25% to 50% of your shares. 9% have sold 50 to 75%. And 18% of you have sold off over 75% of your stocks to raise a nice cash balance to now write cash secured puts. It's an interesting demographic, an interesting result. 62% say less than 25%, and the next highest result is 18% of you over 75% have sold off. I've sold off 3/4 of your stuff or more. It's one way or the other with a little bit in the middle. Fascinating to see this result. I'm quite curious about it. If you haven't yet answered that poll question, please take a look at it if you can and hit the vote. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button at the same time, thank you again. Appreciate you for that. Thumbs ups are important to us. We are hitting 200 every day lately. Love to do it again today. 141 thumbs up, so we only need 59 more to get there. We have 224 votes in now on the question of the day. So keep that coming if you can, folks. Thank you all and welcome to the party, pals. It's great to have you in here. Ian B, thank you. Uncle Bruce, Cindy B, good morning all. I'm number 135. Brian, are we thinking SOFI will stay at 14 for very long? I'm thinking it will be back to 16 by the end of next week or early next week. Well, we now have the date of the conference call, the release of the financials for the fourth quarter and the year end. So we know the 27th of January is the official date, Monday morning, the 27th. So we have this week coming up to trade everything until the 10th, and then to the 17th, right? And then to the 24th. So we have 15 trading days less the Carter close down. We have 14 trading days left to trade the stock before they release the financials. There's only 14 trading days to go. In the next 14 trading days, what is going to happen with your SOFI stock? We're at $14.29 right now, up 16 cents. We're volatile, of course. Are we going to go to $16 to $18 a share? Are we going to hit 20 before? And on top of everything else, I have been warning you, and I have been cautioning you, and I have been reminding you that this coming week, coming up, not today, but next week, all week, we are probably going to be deluged by corporate announcements from all kinds of corporations because board meetings are being held over the weekend and into next week. And in the case of SOFI, guys, I have no idea. I do not know what SOFI is going to say about any corporate developments that could be decided upon through the board of directors. We're at 14.30 this morning. Okay, we're up 17. It's a little dead cat bounce recovery. Will it continue? I hope so. But what if SOFI comes out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week and says, we've made a couple of corporate decisions around here. I don't know. Could it be? Could they just announce a huge cash injection by Fortress Investments on top of the $2 billion they got? They get another $3 billion. Could it be a $5 billion cap call financing deal being done that tops the stock at 45 to 50 a share on a call option deal? Could that becoming. I'm not putting it past these guys. I wouldn't be surprised if in the first quarter of this year, SoFi attracts $5 to $10 billion of fresh capital into its bank to grow its loan portfolio, to blow away every analyst who thinks, oh, these guys are ahead of themselves. Their stock's ahead of themselves. Mr. Noto has every reason to want to grow the company to the point where his shares and your shares reach $25 to $40 a share. He has, on a personal level, billions of reasons. He's motivated, okay? He's a Wall Street guy, okay? He's connected. These analysts who think that these guys don't know what they're doing, fools, naive fools. They've been wrong almost now for 6 months. Dead wrong. They were right for a while with the stock at 6 to 8. Couldn't get anywhere, couldn't get out of its way. Well, it got out of its way. Now what's going to happen? Anyway, we'll see what's going on. Jared, number 142. Thank you for the 142nd thumbs up. Hector, yes, Uncle Bruce, Nippon Steel is Japanese, of course. The president refused to allow the majority ownership of U.S. critical industry to move offshore. Makes sense, but seems rather socialistic. I think it's ridiculous. Japan is an ally of this country. We expect the Japanese to let us buy their businesses, but we don't want them to buy ours. How ridiculous. But it is what it is. Larry, good morning. The bells have been rung, Bruce. We're open for trading. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome to the party, pals. Let's find out what this market can do here. What kind of returns are you going to have today? How much richer are some of you going to get today? This is going to be fun. We're up 214, I think, on the Dow, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you all for joining in. Let's keep an eye on here. We're up, 240 on the Dow. We're up 35 on S&P, 150 on NASDAQ. The Dow is up 0.57%. NASDAQ, S&P up 2/3 of a point. NASDAQ up 0.8. So it's a very good start. We'll see how it runs. We've had 5 days of losses in a row for the S&P 500. The oil market is up 36 cents a barrel at the moment. On your SoFi, I show $14.40 a share right now, up 27 cents. That's what I'm showing. Pardon me. Rocket Lab is up 57 cents. GameStop up 5. AI up 47. NVIDIA up 316. Tesla up 380. That's what I've got right now. My GameStop $25 cash secured put is $530. I just sold it for $530. Let's see. Sorry. It's worth $530 right now. I sold it for $904. Okay, Juan, you're doing a 2-3-parter here, so I'm trying to figure this out. And he wrote this for January 2026. So he got $904 for the contract. It's now trading at $530. Nicely done. Nice profit already. Sweet. And you're sitting on a cash balance. Thank you very much. You say 30.60 on GameStop. Rocket Lab up 57. SoFi is up 27 cents. We've seen now $14.43 a share on SoFi. It's up a little bit more. High of the day now, $14.44. Right there, we're on it right now. We're almost up 30 cents a share on your SoFi. 2.4 million traded in 4 minutes, okay? We're approaching $26 a share on Rocket Lab. Up $1 now on Rocket Lab. Dow's up 248 points and climbing. GameStop is up 2 cents. AI is up 72. So it's a green start. Will it last? How far will it go? Stick around. We're up 115 on Palantir. MicroStrategy, MSTR up $7. Costco up 3. Coinbase up 460. Matterport is sitting at 489, up a penny. We've got Google up $3, Apple down $1.19. We got Microsoft up 367, AVGO Broadcom up 85 cents, Intel up 31, Netflix up $7, Meta is up 760, EI Lilly down 220, Amazon is up 396. The spiders are 588, up 349 right now. So look at those credit spreads. And if the stock goes, if the index rises any higher through 590 and you haven't done a credit spread, you're thinking of doing one, you might go 625.35. Goes higher, you might go 630, 640. You are going to monitor the credit spread positions of these contracts. and decide if any of them work for you. All right, Super Micro's up 24 cents, Uber up 113, Adobe down 960. We got Cisco up a dime, AMD up 250, Unity up 3, Enphase up 79, Moderna up 43 cents, Pfizer up 14, IBM up 228, HPQ up 27 cents, Home Depot up 9 cents, Vanik Semiconductors up 330, Goldman up 520, Boeing up $1, Target up 35 cents, JP Morgan up $4. It's all green, guys. Walmart up 43. DraftKings up 11, AMC up 3, Royal Caribbean up 63 cents. So it's pretty well all green. Only one or two little red arrows here and there. Generally, it's an up session. 1433 on SoFi with the high of the day so far at 1444. We're back to 1437, up 24 cents, 2.8 million at the moment. Rocket Lab is through 26. 26.24 up $1.28 on Rocket Lab. Nice improvement today. GameStop now up 28 cents, approaching $31. AI up 86 cents right now. Welcome, everybody. Jeff Glass is saying, I mostly just write cash secure puts. If I'm assigned, I immediately write calls, my big gamble, SoFi, about 20% of my account value, some shares, and add it to my deep in the money calls yesterday. That's what I'm doing. Brian, hey, holy crap, Archer just shot up 6% in like a minute. Susan Shops, Juan, when did you get that? When you write that GameStop Game 26, when did you write that? Welcome. Archer is up 9, says Brian. Oh, Splair, I want to rock, but I don't know where to start. I'm only trying to roll my first SoFi call 6 months further for 3 more in strike. Rock and roll, buddy. Welcome, all of you. Now holding a 205-point gain-ish, up about a half a point. 36-point gain on S&P, 2/3 of a point. NASDAQ up 0.88%, 170 points. Oil is up 45 cents a barrel to $73.58, way overvalued. I don't understand why it is so stupidly priced, but it is. Not worth $50 a barrel, in my humble opinion. Way too much of it available, especially in the illegal market from Russia. But it is what it is. It be what it be, and that's all I can say. Welcome, everyone, to the program. Nice to have you with us this morning. 1442 again on SoFi, 1443 now as we attempt to hit another high of the session. 1444 was the high trade so far this morning. We just broke it. 1445 has gone through. We're on our way to 1450, I guess. 2647 on Rocket Lab. We're now up $1.50 on Rocket Lab. It's really moving here. Rocket Lab is doing great. Look at the volume this morning, 1.5 million. Apparently, I don't know. I don't have any news on it. I thought I did, but I don't see any news on it. So there it is, 166 gain to 2660. We're up 32 on GameStop, and SoFi now the high of the day, 1446. Just pushing that around right now on 3.34 million. 3.4 million. Okay, 3.4 million volume on SoFi. NVIDIA's up $3.30 a share. Tesla's up $6.70, trying to get back some of that $25 loss from yesterday. Jeff Glass, Rivian shooting up on vehicle delivery results. There you go, everybody. There you go. Well, we'll see how this all plays itself out. The daylight is just beginning to show outdoors. We're just about to see it. You can see behind me maybe some of that pink color right there. The sunshine is just, the sunrise is just happening here, here in Rancho Mirage, California. Welcome all to the program from around the world. Nice to have you here. Jeff is talking about Rivian. Rock and roll, everybody. 1444 on SoFi. Now we're at 1446, and we seem to be inching a little closer to this 1450 neighborhood. 1446, the high of the day, over 3.5 million traded in 9 minutes. Nothing incredible on SoFi. Doesn't need much. There is no seller this morning like yesterday. Yesterday, we had 11 million come in for sale in the first 20 minutes. We've only traded 3 million here in 10. This stock could go higher. So looking interesting. We're now up 300 on the Dow. A buy wave just came into the Dow Jones in the last 5 minutes. We're up 48 on S&P. We're up 218 on NASDAQ. The Dow is up 0.7%, S&P up 0.8%, and NASDAQ is up 1.1%. We have a buy wave of buying coming in. Good money buying coming in. 1440 on SOFI. Rocket Lab 2655. GameStop 3094. AI is 3610, up 143 on AI. It and Rocket Lab are doing really nicely, and NVIDIA up 377. Tesla now up 829. Palantir is up 230. MSTR MicroStrategy up 799. Costco up $5. Coinbase up $5. So we got some dollars coming in here on some of these higher cap companies. Google up 350. Apple is only down 70 now. It's coming on. Microsoft up 360. Broadcom up 275. Netflix up $10 now. Meta is up 850. That's Facebook. Amazon is now ahead 463 a share. The Spiders 589, up 479 right now. Supermicro up 51. Uber up 70. Adobe down $9. One of the few stocks in the red. Rock and roll, man. Interesting morning to say the least. IBM up 346, looking good. We're up $6 on Goldman Sachs. The financials are looking great. JP Morgan up 449 now. Climbing again. All right, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. It's nice to see you here. 291 gain on the Dow as we are watching the option expiry Friday open up here in front of us. That's what's happening at the moment. Nice stuff, everybody. Welcome to the program all. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are. Today, we've got the poll questions still coming in, and we had 141 thumbs ups a little while ago. We're now at 165 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you. We have 250 votes for our question of the day. How much of your stock have you sold off and turned into cash in your accounts so you can write cash secured puts? 62% of you are saying only 25% or less. I haven't done much of it. 25 to 50%, 11% of you. 50 to 75%, 9% of you have done that. But over 75%, 18% of you have said, yes, I have sold over 3/4 of the stock I have at these high levels to now write cash secured puts. And that makes for a good strategy. You're building your cash balance and you're earning interest on your cash from various methods. Well done, each and every one here this morning. Giddy on up. A 160 gain on Rocket Lab, 22-cent gain on SOFI, 12 on GameStop. 23andMe is up 18 cents to 373. We're up 26 on Spire to 1475. We're up Smart Rent up a couple of cents. Apple down just 32 cents. It's now 27 cents. Apple's definitely turning on here. Tesla up $7. Microsoft up 356. Alphabet, Google up 350. Amazon up 475. NVIDIA up 435. Meta up 980. We're up 478 on Goldman. Cisco's up a dime. ARC up 126. Pfizer up 13. HPQ up 37. We got Unity down 7. We got AI up 107. Adobe down 860. Spiders are up 460. Netflix up 967. The Qs are up 592. IBM up 328. Vanik up 420. Home Depot down $1.20. Enphase up 4 cents. Palantir up 268. Uber up 37. And MicroStrategy up 924. Welcome all of you to the program. Nice to see you here this morning. Fantastic. Welcome everyone to the show. Let's go, baby, go. Let's run this market. 258 results now on the poll question. That is still climbing. 167 thumbs up, 33 away from 200. Thank you all for helping out. Things to be, Bobby says, things appear to be in buyback territories, more cash incoming. Bobby, Woot just hit SOUN, cash secured puts 15 written on 12/26/24. 24. Stock was 24.50, received 40 cents, bought back at 18 cents. I made 50% in 1 week. Brian, I have a stinker to buy back my Archer cash secured puts. 40% in a few days. Yes, please take me out. Andre Delatorre, spiders are up to 589. Is it still good for the credit spread? The 2030s. Take a look at those. Take a look at the 2535s as well, just in case they might be the 160 profit range. The higher you can write the calls, the better. Stay further out. So if the SPY wants to go up, which it is right now, up 46 points on the index, maybe you can get a $5 higher strike going on the ones you're writing and buying back, or maybe 10. Check that. That's your job. Spiders right now up 472. So definitely look at higher spreads, higher priced strikes, see what you get. Okay. Let's go here. Bobby, I just turned around and wrote January 31st, SOFI $13 cash secured puts, 10 of them for 65 cents each. So this is this year, January, in 28 days, 4 weeks from today. He's looking to score 65 cents each. Brian, SOFI max pain for the week is $15. Brian, we will probably end at $14.99. Splair opened in an order on 200 Fubo for 2 calls. Maybe I get it later while having birthday lunch with my grandma. Looking to get a 42-cent premium instead of a 36-cent, actually. And it's still moving up a little. Happy birthday, Splair. Right on. Is it your birthday or your grandma's birthday? Happy birthday, whomever it is. Fantastic. Thank you all for being here this morning. 206 gain on the Dow right now is what we're showing. 1430 on SoFi, 2628 on Rocket Lab, approaching $27, up 180 now on Rocket Lab. GameStop up 19 cents, AI up 134 to 3601. Nvidia's up 478 and Tesla up 895. There you go. Option expiry Friday is underway today. It's my grandma's birthday, says Splair. I'm a September, same as you. Rock and roll, buddy. Right on, Splair. Congrats to your grandmother. Right on. What do we got? We're up 1/3 of a point on the Dow, 2/3 of a point on S&P 500, and we're up 1 percentage point on NASDAQ to start the morning off today. Thank you, everybody. Woo-wee. Nvidia and Amazon are pushing the Dow higher. They're the two pushing the Dow higher today. They're the leaders, apparently. Okay. All right. We'll watch for that. Interesting stuff, everybody. Welcome to the party, all of you. Larry, happy birthday to Splair's grandma. Brian, September are New Year's babies, right? We're Christmas babies. Yeah, Christmas. I was told that I was a Christmas Day baby. Yeah, Dad didn't have to work on Christmas Day in 1955. And so Mom and Dad needed to kill some time. Got to come up with something. What can we do on Christmas Day 1955 in Sudbury, Ontario? I know, and I have an idea. Maybe we could try something. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, really, Auntie Jen, good morning. How are
What's
you?
The worst that could happen?
What were you? You're an August baby. Would you have been a Remembrance Day baby?
I think it was he hung his pants on the bedpost.
He hung his pants on the bedpost, baby. Auntie Jen, I see.
That's all they had to do for my mother to get pregnant.
Just say, how are you doing? Oh, you're pregnant. Oh, never mind. I was definitely told quite proudly by my mother, oh yeah, you were a Christmas Day. You were a romp on Christmas Day in 1954. Excuse me. I was a 1954 Christmas Day romp in the...
Santa brought you in his sack?
Because I showed up in 55. Yes. So Jen and I were 1954 inspired something just came over us and we couldn't help ourselves. What can I say? Well, there you go. And here we are, 69 years later. Giddy up. Jen is opening up the window coverings to let the light in, baby.
Well,
And why not?
You've missed most of it. We had beautiful summer.
We certainly have. We did see a little bit of pink here, but now
Stripes.
that's gone. It's now turning into blue sky over
Yeah.
there.
Just a
So,
little bit of pink is still
You can
there.
still see these light. You see these little lights here? That's my the lamp hanging over this table. It's one of these. I don't know. What do you call them? Modern lamps. I don't know. Is this 70s or 80s or 90s? I don't know. It's modern. Yes. Folks are saying hi to Auntie Jen right now. Let's see here. Splair, would be just awesome having lunch and then ping, you received cash. Splair says, well, Brian, somehow there's something about it if you count it. Okay, Splair, thanks, Larry. Larry is saying, good morning, Auntie Jen. So is Richard Carlin. Christina says, my fellow Leo, I'm on August 3rd.
There you go.
Dude face, good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning,
Splair,
Larry. Good morning, Richie. Good morning, dude.
is August is made in December, or am I wrong? My parents probably had too long a vacation.
No, August is only the 8th month.
Well, yeah,
need
September
40
is
weeks.
December's. Lisa sold a Rocket Lab February 2nd, $34 covered call. The stock's at 26.80. I got $1.64 for a way out of the money contract. Brian, I put in a stinker to buy more SoFi shares for $13.76. Give it to me. That's a good stink bid. That's a penny ahead of $13.75. You never know. It's at $14.22. You just need one seller getting knocked out of there and you're in. I don't know. Computer, is the light shade crooked? That is the question, Bruce. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Computer Whiz.
Good morning, Juan.
Good morning, Auntie Jen from Computer Whiz. Brian,
Good morning, Computer Whiz.
Lunar, Rocket Lab, and
Everybody needs one
Archer.
of those.
Is that right?
A computer whiz, yes.
We all need Computer Whizzes. Lunar, Rocket Lab, and Archer charts all look the exact same. This is fun. I like this game, Bobby. June 19th, I'm a Christmas in summer baby. Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Spirit. Okay, I
Christmas in summer.
just thought directly 9 months. Okay, Mandu, good morning, Auntie Jen. Free range. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Morning, man, doing free range.
Yeah, back
I
to
love
more.
those free range chickens.
Splair says back to more important topics.
Exactly.
Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, Splair. Good afternoon, Splair.
Good afternoon, Splair.
And
Yeah.
happy birthday, Grandma.
Splair's grandma having a birthday.
Woo!
1417 on SoFi, babies. That's where we're at. Alex, good morning, Auntie Jen. There you go.
Good afternoon, Alan.
Good afternoon in
Good
UK.
afternoon.
Right. That's right. Good morning, hello, hello. Yeehaw! There you have it. All right, kids. Another day of fun going on around here. People taking money off the table. Rocket Lab 2680.
Yes,
What a
I noticed
run.
everything's looking pretty green.
It's green this morning. We'll see how long it lasts
You know
and how
why?
intense is it going to be.
Look behind you, that green screen. That's why.
That's why it's this fake green screen that
Look at that, how
we're
green it is.
we're still in Creston. You know, this is all fake. That
Fake.
none of that is real. It's all fake.
Dark green.
What about the moaning and the panting? Fake. You faked with me. You faked. Yeah, I faked.
Pretty good, eh?
Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Seinfeld episodes. You gotta love them. You gotta love Seinfeld episodes. Splair, I will pass on the birthday greetings from everybody. Brian, GameStop, Max Payne, $30. Should be an interesting end of the day. SoFi seems to be holding its price range, says Splair. Well, we're at 14.20 right now, hanging in there, sort of like, with a high of 14.46 or something like that. 14.46 was the high of the session for SoFi today. So we've given it all back to the start of the day, but we'll see how this plays out. This is to be expected today. Volatility after a day like yesterday, we're going to get testing of support levels and resistance levels. Shorters are going to try to break it. Buyers are going to try to break the shorts. Hey, the company is bringing out the results Jan 24th. It's official. It's coming out Jan 27th, it's official. Jan 27th for SoFi, it's official. So we know they're bringing out their numbers. And now, do you dare short this stock and bring it down in price? 3 weeks and a few days away from revealing the year-end numbers? I wonder about that. I don't know. I'm just a guy just trying to figure out where we're at. We're worth, the SoFi shares, the company's worth $15.3 billion right now at these prices, at $17, $18 a share. It's an 18+ billion dollar company, S&P eligible. Will this run to 2022 with the year-end results and have a 22+ billion dollar value? And would they be included in the S&P 500 in the first quarter of the new year? Hey, not according to the analyst yesterday, I suppose. There you go. Okay. Dude, Uncle Bruce, I'm glad you're finally getting some nice weather. I wish I could join you down there. Brian Archer's up 15% now. Splair, yesterday it was, mostly in the 1450 level. Why not? I think I was there, but I had a lot of sleep in between. Brian, year-end numbers are going to beat the numbers again, just like they do every quarter. SoFi is a machine. I like it here as long as I can get that roll, says Splair. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Thank you for joining me today. Giddy up, everybody. We're up 2 cents on SoFi, $14.15 a share. We're holding on to the green. Will we go red? If so, how far? I don't know. We're up 2.18 on Rocket Lab, 27.14 on Rocket Lab. We're looking very good there. We're up to 30.88 on GameStop, up 22 cents. AI up 131. Nvidia is up 533. Tesla's up 773. Alex says, I have $31 GameStop calls expiring today. So we're at 30.88. He's got 31s dying today. Watching like a hawk to buy back for pennies and then sell my $15 long calls for 16-ish, a nice profit. And I'm going to use all the cash for cash secured puts and spreads. There we go, Alex. There it is. There's the game plan. Alex watching very closely how this is going to go. GameStop shares have been as high as 31.04. They've been as low as 30.57. And he's sitting on $31 calls he's written that are just out of the money by that much. They die today. We shall see. Oh, my goodness. What do we have right here? Oh, it looks like we have Costco bagels. Well. Maybe we should have some, dare I say, Welch's grape jelly. Oh my gosh. Do we have some of that Welch's lying around here? I think we do. I seem to recall.
What is that?
Welch's. Oh yeah, we got Welch's here. Oh yes, kids. We're going to have us some Welch's and some bagel action this morning. There's only one thing missing, and that is roasted sesame seeds, because I don't think there's any in our spice thing.
I wouldn't use them.
I wouldn't use them anyway. Free range says, nice going, Alex. This should be fun. Way to go, pal. Bringing in some bacon here, baby. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll find out how it all works out. 30.90 on GameStop, 14.16 on SoFi, and 26.96 on Rocket Lab. We're up $5. $5 on Nvidia. We're up 5.20. 9.44 gain on Tesla, gaining again. But we were down 25 yesterday, just so you know. Welcome, everybody. Spread liked our little talk this morning about the credit spread idea that I threw at you.
Did you have a little talk with the children this morning?
I mentioned a little trade that might be in my viewers' best interests. Happen to mention it. They'll decide for themselves whether this is something to do about that.
It wasn't the birds and the bees.
No, I didn't. We weren't talking necessarily about the birds and the bees. Just the effect of the birds and the bees at Christmas time to September. Juan, how far out are you folks writing GameStop calls for 35s? If I were to write a GameStop 35 call, 3-4 weeks, what would you do? Juan would like to know. Covered calls. I'm thinking covered calls, Uncle Bruce. What should I do with GameStop covered calls? How far out would be a reasonable time to consider writing covered calls on the Gamo Stopo at 30.92 a share. 35s, well, let's see what kind of return could you get if you were to go out, say, to February, just out of curiosity. February 35s are going for 217 to 385. That's pretty widespread. There's not very many in existence. Last trade was indicated at $3-ish. I'm not sure if that's a way to go or not. Let's go further in time. Let's see if there's anything else. By the by, just for the heck of it, a Feb 21 35s. There is a market for the 35s if you go out to February expiry, Feb 21st. There are 3,692 in existence, and we've traded 62 this morning at $360 a contract for 35s for February. Okay, now if we're going to March 2025, let's take a look. March 21st, that's the third Friday. The 35s are about $495 with a $490 to $560 bid ask. So you might get something closer to $5 for those, which means you're selling at 40 if you get taken out, just so you know. So those two are two examples for you. One, something to think about. Alex, might be a good day for NVIDIA call credit spreads. The stock is up 4%. Yeah, Brian, how many contracts can you write? Splair, I love GameStop to get 3-6 months, but I actually have more than a year in time, so don't listen to me. Alex, all-time high, 152 for NVIDIA. That's right. Cindy, Uncle Bruce, I have some cash to write a few cash kid puts. Should I write SOFIs or Rocket Labs? Well, it's a question of, do you have some written already? Are you just going to write more? Are you going to even it out a little bit? What's your best return on your dough? 14-17 on SOFI. Those 20s have got to be pulling in some nice money here. It's just a thought. Anyways, in Tilray on run-ups before it's getting boring, 6 months is the best. So GameStop, similar strategy. Brian, Feb 21, you can write $35 cover calls for 365. That's right. Alex Splair TV, weeklies are very good at the moment. You could write 32 for next Friday and bring in $1 for weeklies. Yes, if you have the time for it. He says 1, maybe 4, Brian, maybe 4. Anyway, there you go. You decide you want to write 4 calls. Can you get $5 each? There's $2,000, $2,000. Do what you want with it. Nothing wrong with bringing in an extra 2 Gs. But hey, do you want to go out to March or you want to come into February? $360 to $5, $1.40 differential for a month. Time to decide. You can decide. Take your time. 14.22 on SoFi, up 9. Rocket Lab 27.27, up 2.31. GameStop is up 20 cents, but at 30.86. Alex is happy. Alex is smiling. He's watching those contracts very closely. AI up $1.50. NVIDIA up 5.19. Tesla up 7.65. All righty. Splair, I took instantly $1,000 and later rolled up for another $500, so I had a good amount of cash available last summer. Trucker Tech, I took $7,250 off the table this week alone, 11% return 1 week. Hey, Uncle B, maybe I should teach the classes now. This is pretty good stuff. So, SoFi, but now I have to figure out how to buy them back, says SoFi. Splair says, Brian, Juan, I would personally look at the Jan 31 covered calls, maybe 33, 34s. Splair, by the way, I took this in on 2 calls. Brian says, Trucker Tech, you are on fire, man. Awesome sauce. Fire, baby. Giddy up. Look at that sky getting brighter and brighter over here. It's beginning to happen. The sun is beginning to, come around. The grass is a little greener. We can see the leaves on the hedges behind us.
I don't know if
It's a little prettier.
What's that one over there?
What's
Big Bear?
Yeah, way over there's Big Bear, yeah.
It's in the sun.
Big Bear is in sunshine at 13,000 feet, whatever it is, and San Jacinto over here at 10,000 feet should be in the sunshine too. Yes, the sun is rising and it's coming our way, baby. Oh yes, another day in the 70s. 1431 on SoFi. We're moving up again. SoFi climbing a little bit higher. High today here, 74 degrees. Tomorrow, Saturday, 70. Sunday, 71, Monday 72 expected with pure sunshine. How is it in Calgary this morning? Ooh, 5 below Fahrenheit. Yuck. They're going to hit. They're going to hit 10 on Saturday, 13 on Sunday. Monday, 28 degrees. Tuesday, 37. Wednesday, 40 for Calgary. Wednesday, back to 40 Fahrenheit. A little bit of a reprieve. Next Wednesday will be all the way down to 68. Suffering terribly here in the middle of winter in Rancho Mirage, California. 1440 on your SOFI. Whatever selling came in stopped, and we're now back to 1440 on your SOFI. We're up 256 on Rocket Lab, 2752. We're up 44 on GameStop, 3110. Oops, Alex. Oops, up it goes. The good news for Alex, though, there's good news and bad news for Alex. GameStop goes up. The calls he wrote will be in the money. Okay. But the calls he owns, deep in the money calls, are up as well. So he gets more on one end, he loses on the other, but it's a win-win anyway. It's all right. There you go, kids. Hope you're all having fun out there. Splair, and the best gain on them was already 50%. I'm still positive. Alex, Trucker Tech, that's immense. The great work. Splair, anyways, I have to run. I have a few minutes for lurking, but not for chatting, so I have a relaxed and easy day, everybody. Splair, have a great weekend yourself, buddy. Thank you. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I sold 10 Archer cash secured puts, $10 strike for $1.45. I just bought them back for 85 cents. That is a 40% gain in 1 week. Yeehaw. Brian says, you know what? I'm having fun here. I'm having a real good time. I see the almost forgotten Spires back to 15, by the way. Alex, I was just writing that winner chicken dinner. Brian, $600 US in 1 week on a $10,000 investment. Thank you very much. This is how you quit day jobs. This is how people begin to study this very closely. And they go, you know, I got 40, 50, 60, 70 grand. I could really look to quit my day job here. This is in the realm of possibility now. You figure out how this is done. You learn how to write options. You learn how to take the premiums. You know, shrinkage is your friend. What can I say? Anyway, thank you all. And congratulations to those of you enjoying these little vignettes of money. You got to take it. We take it. We have 178 thumbs ups, 22 away from 200. Thank you, everybody. We have 283 votes now on our poll question. 283. 62% of the folks are saying that so far I have sold off between 0 and 25% of my shares, and I'm using the cash to write cash secured puts. 62% are saying that. 11% say I've sold between 25 and 50% of my stocks. 9% say 50 to 75% of the shares I had, I've sold off to turn into cash. And 18% say I've sold off over 3/4 of my stock, and I am writing cash secured puts big time. There you go. Folks are doing that, are hauling in some serious daily interest. That is the key here. Daily interest coming in for some of these folks now. Some folks are bringing in $5 a day. Some folks are bringing in $10 a day in interest. Some are bringing in $20 a day in interest. It's exciting stuff. I'm stoked for you guys. I want you guys to get nothing but rich. We're up 229 on Rocket Lab, up 19 on SOFI, up 15 on GameStop, at back to 30.81 though on GameStop, I think. So it's back under 31. Alex is happy again as he's watching this yo-yo trade going like crazy. Auntie Jen, thank you so much. We got the
no roasted
bagel.
seeds.
We don't have any sesames on these, but we will be buying roasted sesame seeds shortly to sprinkle them on these plain Costco bagels. The deal is so good. You buy the Costco bagels 12 at a time for like $7. It's a deal.
You have to buy two.
Mm-hmm. One of each, yeah. $7 for 12. Very nice. mm, mm, mm. Bobby says Calgary is getting a different kind of shrinkage.
Yeah. I was just in the swimming.
I was just walking down the block. Oh, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Well, Dow's up 200 points, give or take. NASDAQ up 222. Mm-hmm. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Auntie Jen.
You're welcome.
Keeping me going.
Mhm.
Christina says, those bagels don't seem very crunchy today, Bruce.
That's right. Plus, it's not a toaster. It's a toaster oven. So they're quite hot, but they're not toast.
Jen will perfect this. Don't worry. She will figure out the nuances of that thing.
Mhm.
And they will be super crunchy.
The ins, the outs.
Mm-hmm. I see sunshine now hitting the mountains north of us.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely coming through here. You can see the brightness behind me. Mm, mm, mm. Very nice.
They are, aren't they? They taste different.
Mandu number 5, bagel, bagel, bagel.
They do have a different taste.
Yeah, they're a little spongier than ours at home.
Probably just different flour.
Yeah. Different elevation. We're at
Definitely different.
140 feet above sea level here.
Not 3,800.
3,800 above sea level in Calgary. Big difference. Christina says, I'm just worried that you'll be forced to trade her in for a better toaster. We know how you like them, Bobby, I have a poor man covered call closing this month. I started on cart, an $18 call. I purchased it at $31, short written for 42, Jan 1725. I don't want to roll it, so I just need to come up with 1,800 stocks at 44. Okay, you bought the call, a $31 call. Okay, and the stock's at 44. Okay. Interesting. Hector, there you go. Thank you. Hanging around this 1430 mark on SOFI right now. High of the day, 1446, I think. Yep, 1446 high of the day. Lovely. Jen and I were able to visit our favorite Costco yesterday. As busy as all get up. Canadians everywhere.
There's our geese.
Oh, we got geese out there. We can hear them.
Get the goose-a-meter out.
I popped into Trader Joe's yesterday for a quick pickup of a few items. And today we got to pick up a few other items to fill up the house a little bit. This is so good. How much was the Costco bill?
Oh, I don't know. I did the food. You did the bill.
I want to say $360.
Yeah. At least, yeah. Because you buy those things that you buy, you know, if we bought a box of Kleenex, we might not ever have to buy that again.
Yeah. A big container of laundry detergent, 10 boxes of Kleenex, 5 bottles of booze. Not that that's the most expensive stuff. Yeah, we loaded up. That cart was heavy. Sparkling water, and I'm trying to remember what else we had. It was several loads to bring in from the car into the house. The best thing, though, was when we got home. Jen and I were walking back and forth to the kitchen, back to the car, back to the kitchen, back to the car. Jen did 5 trips, 2 brand new hips. No problem at all. Just picking up stuff out of the trunk, take it into the kitchen, back to the car, back to the kitchen. It's been one hell of a 2 years. Did either of you think, how much Diet Coke did you get? I bought 6 2-liter bottles on the day we landed at Walmart. We already emptied one of them. Spire, enjoy the bagel and thanks for the extra feature, Auntie Jen. Christina, how much Diet Coke did you get? Christina, my monthly food bill is over $850. Yeah.
Everything is up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, everything's up.
Yep. 7 people, there you go. Brian saying this Riot stock is up 9%. Happy Friday, everybody. Bobby, I am correct. Purchase the shares and the system automatically sells them on the same day. Am I correct? I don't know. I don't know what you're asking me now. Now I don't know what you mean. 1432 on SoFi right now. Thank you all. Volume 8 point something million, 8.6 million or something like that. Dow's up 136 right now. Okay. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the program and to the party today. It's a Friday. As we continue to roll along here, thank you again for these thumbs ups. 185 are in, only 15 to go, and we've got 300 written or 300 hit. That's great. Looking for 200 thumbs ups. We've got 287 votes on the poll question here. And 18% of you answering this poll question say you've sold over 3/4 of your stocks to raise cash, to write a bunch of cash secured puts, right on. 9% say I've sold half to 3/4 of my stock. 11% I've sold 1/4 to half my shares. And 61% have sold 0 to 25% of your stock so far to be able to raise enough cash to write a bunch of cash secured puts and haul in a ton of daily interest on my money. Smart move, I say. A very good move indeed. Welcome all. And thank you for keeping me posted on how you're doing. Appreciate that. One of the hottest areas of ETF investing has definitely been moving into interest-bearing ETFs, ETFs that follow corporate bond debt. That has become very popular in the last year or so with higher rates. Of course, the Magnificent Sevens, there are ETFs that follow those. Those are proving to be quite popular. And of course, the number one area of investor interest has come by way of the options market. The volume of options trading is at record highs now for second, third year in a row. It is still climbing dramatically. And the area that is seeing the biggest increase in activity is from option writers who are just buying and selling contracts. They don't know how to write. They don't want to write. The zero data expiry is a real crapshoot. Tons of money playing hands. There's whipping back and forth. But the winners, in my opinion, are the writers. You let the clock grind people into nothing. The shrinkage is devastating. In any event, there it is. Walter Young. Good morning, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Good morning and Happy New Year, Bagel Familia. Thumbs up number 186. Thank you, Walter. Juan, seems like the Ruckalap short interest just keeps rising unbelievably. Just blows my mind. They're getting hammered and hammered and hammered if they're doing that, but it is what it is. 3078 on GameStop. Looks like Alex is being given a bit of an opportunity to put in stink bids to buy his calls back that are expiring today, his 31s. Bobby, the long and short are both in the money on the poor man cover call closure. Brian, we run a day home. Our monthly food bill is like $1,200. Yeah.
That's all you do is feed them.
Yeah, of course. What you got to do, that's what has to happen. Hey, food is food and fuel, you know. There you go. Well, you know, we're just so spoiled here. We've got the big retailers that we love to go to, where you know we get everything we need in a 5-mile, 10-mile radius of the house, no problem. And we're happy with the selection and convenience of it all. Driving that Tesla around and picking up some stuff, so we're all good here. Sun is definitely coming up. You can see it coming up from behind me now, as I am trying to spare you from the direct glare of it as it is warming up our window here bit by bit. When I opened this up, it was very cold. Now the window is quickly adjusting to the sun's rays coming at her. Beautiful stuff. Bobby says, my napkin math says I come out ahead with 2,500 long and short, looking to roll the new capital into SOFI cash secure puts at $20 instead of another poor man covered call. Interesting stuff, sir. Right on. Building on building on building on building. There we go. The Dow just had a bit of a sell wave. We're still up 58 points, but we were up way into the 200s a while ago, as we again are going through the Friday expiry day heebie-jeebies. This is it. We're into it. We're up 95 now. S&P is up 25 and NASDAQ still up 116 points. There you go. This is a typical option expiry day, the first one of the year, so lots of activity here. It be what it be, babies. It be what it be. Tesla holding a 344 gain, NVIDIA up 455 at the moment. Thank you all for hanging out with me as we close up this day. Getting ready to finish it off. 289 responses to the poll question. Thank you for that. 190 thumbs ups. We're only 10 away from 200 thumbs ups. Thanks, guys, for coming through for us yet again. Every day, at least 200 get through here. I love it. We appreciate that. Welcome to the show, everybody. All right. I love it. I sure hope you will have a wonderful weekend this weekend. Another couple of days off. We're open, of course, Monday. We're back at it until Thursday of next week. We'll be off on Thursday, but then open next week Friday, and then we get back to regular weeks after that. Next Wednesday night, we'll have the next Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce show, so look forward to that. Every week, it's always a bunch of fun. Thank you. Apparently, manufacturing numbers have just been reported, says Trip Hazard. There you go. Rising orders at the end of 24 could signal lift of U.S. manufacturing gloom. Okay. We'll see about that. A 107-point gain on the Dow. Make it 148 on the Dow. We got a buy wave coming in. We're up 34 now on S&P. NASDAQ up 140. 1435 on your SOFI as we have another little surge of buying coming in. We just jumped up from 1420 to 1435 in the last couple of minutes. A little better of a reaction there. Juan is hitting the knee emojis. Knee. And so is Richard. Don't forget the knee emoji attack. Knee. The Knights of Knee must be honored. Knee. Oh, yes, indeed. 1437 going for 1440 on SOFI. That is approaching the high of the day of 1446. We're not far away now. Rocket Lab at 2660 up 164. GameStop back over 30 again. 3110. 3113 on GameStop. And $36 on AI, climbing over there as well. 1438 to 40 on SOFI. One, neat. Don't forget the knee emojis, everybody. There you go, everyone. Thank you all for being with us today. Let's take a look at the thumbs up meter. What are we at now? Did we hit 200 yet? We're sitting at 196, only 4 away from 200 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Corinne, Boeing Tiger, and Howdy Partner, James of the Misty Tree have all come in with knee emojis. I'm adding to it now. Here comes Computer Whiz. Neat. Alex, neat. Don't forget the knee emojis making money in the market. Yes, sir. The big E with a Z at the end. There they are. J-Boy is here. Neat. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the knee emojis, letting the Knights of Knee know they rule, baby. They control it all. We must appease them. Bring them shrubbery. Charlie C2, neat. That's it, right there. Don't mess with these guys. Don't even think of messing with these guys. Splair knows. Thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Snow Moon, neat. Even Snow Moon is on it. Oh, my goodness. Everyone's alive. 1444 on your SOFI, everybody. Your SOFI is hitting trying to hit new daily highs right now. 1446 is the highest trade of the day, and we're at 10.6 million at 1444 right now. Coming right up to that level. We might break right through it here. Away we go. Charlie and Deep Value. Knee. Charlie says, we are the Knights who say, knee. Machine 07, knee, J-Boy, shrubbery. Lorraine, I'm 198, knee, I'm 198. Larry Titus, knee. 1446 on your SOFI. This is the high of the day right now. We have matched the high of the day on SOFI again. And there we have it. Volume is now 10.8 million, 1446, right at the high of the day right now. Are we breaking through it? We could. It could easily happen here. We're up 168 on the Dow, and Rocket Lab up 181. GameStop is at 31.32, up 60 cents. That's 31.40 on GameStop now, up 74 cents. Very interesting. AI up 149, 476 gain on NVIDIA and 472 gain on Tesla. They're both up. Jeff, neat. I've been busy buying back puts here. Easy, so easy. 1448 on your SOFI. We're at new highs right now on SOFI shares. 1448 for the day, up 35 centinos as of this moment in time. So there you have it. SOFI improving a little bit here. Had a couple of little glitches coming back, but it didn't go into the red today. Still sitting with a gain on the session. 1449 just went through here. Looks like 1450 is going to get hit. We'll see if this stock breaks through it. If it breaks through 1450, it could go to 70, 75. We'll see if that's going to take place. 1451 here. It just blew out the 1450 resistance like a hot knife through soft butter. That's what happened there. Brian, GameStop 31.50, Bruce. Yes, it's moving up 82 cents here. 31.55 is a high already. SOFI has hit 14.51 already. We're up 38.39 cents on 11 million shares volume. SOFI is moving. GameStop is moving. Rocket Lab up 212, over 27, again, going higher. This high of the day for Rocket Lab is 27.54. We're at 27.14. It's coming on. AI is at 36.32. Only about 28 cents below the high of the session here. It's climbing again. NVIDIA up and Tesla now up 550. Okay, kids, there you go. We're approaching 200 thumbs ups on the session here. The number now is exactly 200 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. And 291 votes have come in for the poll question of the day. Thank you, everybody. Yep, says Deep Value. Definitely going here. 1442 on SoFi. Hitting a high already at 1450 on the session. We're up 72 on GameStop, 31.38. Giddy on up, guys. There you go. All right, well, that's it for me. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, you'll see some sunshine wherever you are. And those of you who are fortunate enough to join us and have this kind of weather, enjoy it, my friends. Otherwise, I hope it's not too bad for the rest of you out there. Thank you again for joining Jennifer and myself here from Rancho Mirage. We love you guys. Keep up the great work. Get richer. Just get richer and take the dough that these gamblers are handing to you. It's for yours to enjoy. Stuart, thank you. And Richard Carlin, neat. Thank you, my friend. Have a great rest of your session today, everybody. We'll keep an eye on these markets from over here. And we'll definitely see you Monday morning, first thing in the morning after we open it up. Get my computer going and get my coffee going, and here we go. Richard, thank you. Deep Value, thank you. Stuart, thank you. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you Monday morning. Bye for now.